Hey, Snackback Snackin' here, putting the vanilla bean in your ice cream, if you know what I mean. Bringing you musings. Well, it's the mid-season report. Actually, it's just a little over mid-season. We got about 3 weeks left, if I'm not mistaken. I believe the season ends 10/29, just before Halloween. Maybe it's actually Halloween Day, but I think it's 10/29, if I'm not mistaken. So, how am I doing? Well, I'm doing well. New career high. I made a career high of 2231, which is almost mid-gold. Look at me go. And I'm actually holding in gold this season, which I haven't for a long time. I've plateaued out in that silver gold border for a long time, and that was kind of ugly. That plateau was really, really annoying. Finally seem to have stabilized in the kind of low mid gold, so now what? The plan by the end of the season is to try and hit 2300. I think that's realistic. With 3 weeks left, I just need to keep my win rate up about where it is today, which is 54%. Currently at 2182. And just drive that extra 150 SR into 2300 land, and then try and hold it. So what did I do different? Well, as most of my regular teammates know, I'm tanking more. I have almost 11 hours on Diva this season, with almost no healing except for a couple hours on Moira. When I solo queue, I tend to heal, and when I 6-stack with puzzle, I tend to tank. That just seems to be the way it shakes out. Really enjoying Hammond. If you haven't seen it, go check out my Hammond grappling video. I had fun making that. Anyway, I did have a hard. I went back and the reason I do the mid-season review and the end-of-season review is so that I have something to look back on, so that I can remember where I was at, what I was thinking, how I was doing, at the time. And I personally have found it to be helpful. So again, this video is all about me, which I've always said on this channel. The rest of you I hope you get benefit, but really it's what's helping me. So, yeah. But I didn't have a hard goal for this season, so I was able to kind of relax and just play without, being too hung up on the SR. Although I did want to break through that silver gold border, into 2000 land. Yeah, what else changed? I'm playing a DPS character. I have an alt. And that alt is ready for competitive play. I think I'm at level 27. So start of season 13, I will be doing 20 placement matches. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one set on whatever night the season opens, unless it opens on a Thursday. I might wait till Friday. But I'll do one set the first night and then do the other set the next night. So I will keep my promise to bring my DPS character out for lucky season 13. I've also got a third account, and I've decided I'm going to use it as a practice account for heroes that I'm not doing well on. For instance, I am an okay Anna. If I wanted to go practice Anna, I would do it on that third account, because the first account is strictly DPS. I am only going to DPS. If you don't want a DPS, then I'll switch back to the snacking account. But I want to keep that pure DPS because I'm kind of doing an experiment. I really want to see how fast I climb and how well I do as a pure DPS versus this kind of flex thing that I've done on my main account. I'm curious to compare. And I know that there are too many variables to make it a true experiment. But still, it's going to be interesting to see and compare and contrast the two styles. I also think, and I've said this before, that playing DPS I think is helping me be a better tank. If nothing else, I shoot things better. So yeah, so alt account coming out next season. I've also learned that I am not good at Widow Farah. I tend to shine at McCree and Sombra. Widow and Farah I'm very weak on. Although I am very much looking forward to the Farah changes. I think the new play style is going to fit me better because I have a hard time predicting the slow rockets, and I'm hoping the increased rocket speed is going to be more to my style. And the only other thing I wanted to talk about, I'm looking forward to the Torb rework. I'm going to have a short, very, very short video coming out probably tomorrow that just shows some interactions with Diva and Torb and Symmetra and Torb, and they're not really in depth and they're nothing crazy, but it makes me happy. Diva can indeed eat the Molten Core ult, so there's your spoiler for tomorrow. So yeah, good stuff. It's good stuff. So I've got a couple of interactions to show you. I've also got I want to do a Hammond tip video. I want to talk about successful engagement and disengagement with Hammond, because I've learned some things. I'm not a good Hammond. I don't think anyone's good at him yet. I think I saw a statistic. You can probably find this on Overbuff, and I want to say he's only picked less than 2% of the time anyway. He's not popular with the pros. He is not popular at the upper levels, and he is one of the least underpowered. He is one of the most underpowered heroes, I should say, in the game today. And so I'm expecting some buffs for Hammond eventually. I was telling the guys today I'd be kind of okay if they would change his fall-off curve so that he has longer range. And up his damage just a little bit, and then kind of leave him alone. I think with Hammond, if you could be useful when you're not in ball form, it would help. That's one of his big weaknesses, is that you're so impactful as the Wrecking Ball that if the enemy has crowd control, or if you're not in the right position, or you don't disengage properly with the grappling hook, whatever the case is, you don't provide enough value. You just don't do enough damage on your own without the rest of your abilities to be a viable pick all the time. So, and unfortunately, kind of everything counters him right now. If you do damage, you're kind of a counter to Hammond. I mean, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but you know, May, Sombra, Brigitte, McCree, Hanzo's not a direct counter, but you do feed Hanzo because your hitbox is so big. You feed Farah if you're not careful because your hitbox is so big. So, I mean, Hammond has a lot of issues, but I think if they up his damage, it might offset that a little bit. Anyway, that's really all I've got tonight. Oh no, wait, I want to go through my top 4 heroes, then I'm done. So, yeah, where am I? Overall, 54% win rate. Currently sitting at 2182 career high, new career high. Yay! I already talked about that, of 2231. Diva, 56% win rate. I'm using Omnic meta stats, by the way, if you haven't seen this before. I am higher percentage is better. So according to Omnic meta, I am not even an average gold diva. And I'm okay with that. If that's where the stats run, that's where the stats run. Wrecking Ball, 57% win rate. Obviously not played near as much, but there you go. Moira, 64% win rate. And Orisa, a whopping 78% win rate with a 7-2 so far this season. I've managed to do good with the Orisa. although not as good as Puzzles with his team kill by pulling people off a bridge on Rialto. It was truly amazing, and I wish I'd recorded it, because if I did, I'd show it to you on the screen right now. So anyway, that's all I got, and that's the mid-season report. 2,300 by end of season. New characters coming out. Got some tip videos coming out. That's the summary. So have a good night. Snack it out.